Yeah,
you have your papers. Okay.
Yes.
How is
Yes.
this show? How does this show not
shit
have?
Were you asking about?
How does the Glinton show not have fucking 10,000 people watching?
Anti-genocidal social club.
Fucking awesome. Hey, did you see that they went to go to, a bunch of Europeans went to go to try to open the border?
Yeah,
And,
there's an Irish fucking politician is with them, and he's like,
oh, he said the dumbest shit.
Oh,
He said the dumbest shit.
you want to hear him? You want to hear him
They
in
need their
fucking?
passports and their cell phones returned to them too. Hey, motherfucker, you're lucky they don't kill you.
You want to see the shit that he says when he's in? I don't know, what do you guys call it, like Parliament or whatever.
Let me tell you how much the Egyptians hate the fucking Palestinians. They won't let them into their country and letting them get fucking killed over there. But when I filmed a movie in Egypt once, and there was a Jewish guy in the movie, and the fucking 10 Humvees came and fucking grabbed him and fucking threw him out of the country in the middle of the movie, in the middle of the making of the documentary.
Jeez.
Yes. So they hate the Jews, but they really hate the Palestinians. It's crazy. Is my audio okay?
It sounds like your
Garbly?
mic isn't on.
Is my mic not on? Something's
know.
not.
Sounds kind of
Something's
tinny.
not. Is that better? Is that I get a little echo or something?
There's something happening at the end. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Maybe is that better? No.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay, I paused the Glinton podcast show. Maybe it's because I was double streaming or something. Or echo. Oh, I hear that too. Something's off. What is going on? Disconnect the phone. Let me see. Maybe that better.
No, that's worse.
Now?
Worse.
Now? Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Hunter McIntyre ran the HYROX World Championships, and there's some video of him was in a contentious race, and there's two topics I'd like to explore here. One is, the fact of whether what he did was right or wrong. And then the second thing is how his team treated him, how people are reacting to him on the internet. And it reminds me of that Mitchell Cooper situation, Mitchell Hooper.
Very good parallel to draw.
Listen, people. If you don't stick close to your friends, if you're not, you can be honest with your friends. But it's an example I've used over and over again. When Joe Rogan, someone put that compilation together of him saying the word nigga over and over and over, and they put that compilation together. I'll never forget Jocko saying, Joe's a good guy, but, I get concerned about his mushroom and alcohol use. It's like, hey, fuck you. No one needs fucking friends like you in times of distress. As opposed to Israel Adesanya, the fighter out of New Zealand, maybe the greatest 185-pound fighter ever. He got up there and he said, Joe Rogan can say whatever the fuck he wants. I give him a fucking pass. And it's like, those are the friends you want. Everyone knows that HYROX was built on fucking Hunter's back. Everyone knows HYROX is nothing but a cherry-picked fucking CrossFit workout. Everyone knows that. No one's in fucking denial of that. It's CrossFit. Oh, they know. Listen, HYROX is for really, really talented people, but they're just not strong enough or committed enough to learn all the movements in CrossFit to be the best in the world. So it's like second-class CrossFit, and it's okay. I don't mean that in a derogatory way or a pejorative way, but it is. It's poor man's CrossFit, and that's why it's so big and popular. And it still has all the problems that CrossFit has. It has huge participation, but no one fucking watches it. We've seen their live streams. It's about 1/10 as exciting as CrossFit, except for the fact that they have Hunter McIntyre. That is like, they have a star in their sport. He's like their Caitlin Clark. They have a star in their sport that's bigger than their sport. CrossFit's never had that. They didn't have it with Fraser. They didn't have it with Froning. They're not going to have it with Tia. It doesn't. The UFC's never had that. No matter how big a star gets, it never gets bigger than the sport. But HYROX, it's like marathon. It's like track and field. You can become bigger than your sport. You cannot become bigger than your sport if you have like a legitimate sport. And I don't want to get into the definitions of what a legitimate sport is or isn't, but if you have something like the marathon or like whatever Usain Bolt ran, he became bigger than whatever the fuck he ran. Like I don't even know what he ran, but I know who he is. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, disc golf,
Hunter
that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Hunter is that guy. He's the fucking man. And it's a tragedy when someone who has done so much for the sport has won. It's a sportsman's moment. He didn't do something crazy. He didn't fucking slap a child. He had a sportsman moment, and I'm gonna show it to you here if I can. I think I have the Is it online anywhere? I'm gonna pull it up as clips for you.
It's in the thread, I think.
Yeah, I just have it as
You have a far out one and a zoomed in one.
Yeah, let me see if I can
And I sent the raccoon guy to the other thread.
Okay, yeah, I saw the raccoon guy, and we'll talk about how his fellow CrossFit cherry pickers. That's what that sport should be called, CrossFit cherry picking. How they
like
treat
it's a good workout, like it's a good race or whatever, but
not
it
suggesting
shows
it's not.
like HYROX did or Hunter did elite individual yesterday in like 52 or 53 minutes or something, and then he's back today doing teams of whatever it was 4. James Newbury did pairs, teams of 4 yesterday, and he's doing pairs today with Tia. Tia's doing pairs with James Newbury and pairs with a girl later on. So like it just shows the capacity of CrossFitters and Hunter, I guess.
So this isn't the best video because let me pause this here for a second. And I'll try to find another video where you can see more. This guy way in the back that's really grainy and the white, he's just stepped in front of Hunter, and he's a little bit out of control. His cadence is a little bit out of control. I can't see how close he steps in front of Hunter, but he's definitely out of control. He's a big guy. He looks like he's bigger than Hunter, and he steps in front of Hunter, and how did I do that? Oh, okay. So he steps in front of Hunter, and he's a little bit out of control. He's a little bit wild. He's got big swinging arms, and then you see Hunter go around him, and you see him lean.
Yeah,
and he gives him a shove, and the shove looks harder than it is because obviously they're moving, and the guy goes in. It could have caused an injury actually, and the guy goes flying into the barrier, and then Hunter leaves him in the dust. There he is. The guy just steps in front of him, and then Hunter gives him a shoulder. Now listen, so there's 2 things here. The first thing is you can decide. It's low impact. I like that. That's a really nice way of saying it's for pussies. Very well said, PC. PC is very PC. Low impact CrossFit, HYROX, you just cherry pick one workout. It's like what I do. It's like falling in love with the assault bike. I get it. Let me see if I can find you a
it looked like the guy's sole intention was to get in front of Hunter too. The guy that like cut in front of him. Do you know what I mean? He was, like you say, he was not fully in control of what he was doing, but it was like, I just need to get in front of Hunter.
Yes.
That was his mission.
Which is okay.
Yeah. It's a race.
And let's see if I can make this. I got another little. Ooh, that one's bad. That one's really small. How do I make that bigger?
Can you crop it before you share it?
How do I make that one bigger? Feel prepared for the podcast.
If you crop it that way, and then it might fill the screen.
Crop it and then resend it to my computer. Let me open this. Oh, it doesn't look like that on my phone. That's really weird. Sorry. Crop it. Oh, your dog's still snoring.
Yeah. Oh, actually, when you start playing it, it goes big.
It does?
Yeah, because it's screen recorded, so it goes big after like 2 seconds.
Doesn't go. Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I was like, that's really weird. Okay, back here to this shot here. Okay, so you see him in the white there, on the right side of your screen in the middle. So there he is. I zoomed in, and right here. Oh, he may have made contact with Hunter there. It's hard to tell.
He's 6 at his elbow, by the way.
Yeah.
He was letting him know he was passing him, I think.
Yeah, he sure was. Great eye by Pedro White. He elbows Hunter there. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with a little elbow there to Hunter. And then Hunter gives him the pushback.
Mild overreaction.
Okay, listen. He's just defending himself. Look at so it looks like he's wearing an arm sleeve, right?
Yeah, like elbow sleeve or something, yeah.
Yeah, so he does clearly put his elbow out.
Yeah, like you don't run.
There it is. You can see the elbow out right there.
Yeah, because he doesn't do it on any other step. He's like, hey, fucker, I'm passing you.
Herd Athletics, the bro he got in front to showboat and Hunter let him know who's the boss. Yeah. Patrick Clark, that's part of pack running in any race. Hunter overreacted. But why wouldn't you say that same thing about what Hunter did was pack racing too? Why can't you just say that? Attaboy, Sheriff Terry H. They're just cross country runners. Hunter's a Hulk compared to those guys. Remember also, Hunter is the host of the toughest athlete in the world. Him and that other guy, I forget. They just took a bunch of athletes out to Catalina Island and they crowned the fittest, the toughest athlete in the world.
He's also the host of one of the least successful podcasts of all time too.
And he was also a champion. What was the show? Skull Ranch. Don't forget, Hunter was Skull Ranch champion. Put it to Tommy Hackenbrook. Hunter was a bad dude. From what I understand, the guy cut Hunter off multiple times. HYROX is what you do on an active rest day. Well said, Sean. He blocked me on socials. Sean Lenderman, Hunter's a huge pussy. That's not true.
That's those comments are linked. He's a huge pussy and he blocked me on socials. So he thinks he's a pussy because he blocked him on socials.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay, so so the story is this guy's cut in front of him several times, and then he puts his elbow out, gives Hunter a tap, a love tap, and then Hunter gives him a little love tap back, and the guy goes flying into the and I wonder if that guy complained.
Had to have, or his team did.
Sean Roddy, Hunter fights with us, but we're his ride or die. Truth, facts. Listen, that's the facts.
He
HYROX, Zone 3, HYROX. Oh, go ahead.
That race was over, and they said who finished where, but there was no prizes, there was no medals. That they were there until I was watching some. I can never remember the guy's name. Hybrid Media or something. He did some stuff at Spin at Fit Fest, but he was there until the building closed, like waiting to see. So this appeal was going on for like 2 hours, and then overnight, and it was only this morning that they announced. So someone had, like, it's not like a judge saw it and threw up a flag or whatever straight away. They had to say it, and then they were obviously looking for footage and seeing, and going back and forth. It's not like it was a cut and dry thing where a judge said, hey, that guy just pushed him, they should get DQ'd. You know what I mean?
So you think the other team reported that?
I'd say they had to have, yeah. I don't think anyone saw it firsthand, because why would the appeal take that long if a judge had seen it straight away?
Let me see. This guy is yep. All right. So the boys are chiming in, and I think it's pretty unanimous that this guy's a pussy.
Also, their judges are fucking blind based off their wall balls. So
let me show you this prepubescent creature. What's his name? remember, there would be no HYROX without Hunter. It would just be I mean, he made the entire sport has been riding his fucking jock. Hybrid raccoon. He looks like a fucking raccoon. He looks like a fucking baby raccoon.
I love these sad selfie video reels. They're just so fucking pathetic.
How about his shirt? His shirt is manly. Like, hey, dude, this one's really gonna piss a lot of people off. Real men. Two things about real men. Real men don't wear watches or fucking rings, let alone rubber rings. If you wear one of those rubber rings, all that you're a pussy. Wear a real ring or don't wear a ring at all. Rubber ring. Fucking dork. Manly. You think Colton Mertens would wear a rubber ring? Colton, would you wear a rubber ring? I do it because I don't want to damage my wedding ring. My wife would kill me if I lost it.
I lost mine.
Manly is a movement all about woke, manly and feelings. Yeah, push those feelings down, you jackass. You're the last dude anyone would want to go into battle with. You're complaining about him being a shitty team member, and you're the worst. You're going public. And
that guy's agent is Bijan.
Really?
Straight facts.
Oh, so sorry, Bijan. That's strike 2 against you, buddy.
Oh, we're on like strike 6. Okay,
we won't talk about strike 1. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Cuck boy here. On the U.S. team, DQ actions have consequences. Unfortunate to be the casualty of those. But it's what needs to be done by HYROX World. Tonight we race doubles.
No, play it, man. Wait till you fucking hear what he says. Like 5 seconds in.
Relay briefing here. Just got the news about the U.S. team.
What?
Echo.
Oh, there is an echo?
Twice. He's playing twice.
Let me see if I can do something about that. Did I disappear for a second?
No.
Oh. Okay. Let's see if there's an echo now. Thank you for telling me. Okay. Here we go.
It's getting disqualified. Sucks. Really sucks.
It sucks that you got disqualified. Maybe you should put your bracelet on. Whoop dork.
Sucks that
in a bathroom. Is that a shower head behind him? What is that?
Yeah, it actually really looks like a shower head.
You know, the people on the team that are going to be the most affected.
I'm going to run to Instagram with my feelings. I'm going to run to Instagram. Dude, you're lucky you were on the team with fucking Hunter.
By it is not going to be the person who did it, which blows.
I want them to put all the blame on Hunter. Why do we have to take any consequences?
Did you hear what he just said? The people who will be most affected by this is not the person who did it. So basically, like, he fucked all of the rest of his teammates over because he has everything and we have nothing.
Yeah, and hey, dude, and listen to this. The only reason why anyone even knows who you are is because if you're complaining about Hunter. He says something about being a professional athlete here in a second. It's fucking hilarious.
But that comes with the territory, I suppose. Sucks to not have a teammate that can keep their head when it comes to that kind of stuff in a race.
It comes with the territory, what? Being a whiny little bitch athlete? Go get a real job, dude.
But that's what happened. We had the discussion last night, had the discussion this morning. And ultimately, if HYROX wants to be a legitimate sport,
does this just happen to every sport?
Listen, ding dong. It's a legitimate CrossFit workout. That's what it is. It's a legitimate CrossFit workout. What does Hiller's post mean? This is weak.
As in, he's being weak.
Yeah, this guy's so weak. You're a shit teammate.
They can't have a golden boy who can get away doing that kind of stuff.
So there's the name calling, the golden boy. Hey, listen, he is the golden boy, dude. That's the facts.
Do you think this has anything to do with the fact that Hunter beat him yesterday in the individual race and came
Oh,
second and he came third?
Is that true?
It was a German guy, Hunter, and then this guy.
Man, this guy is everything about this guy is annoying.
Remember I put in fake news a few weeks ago. This guy completely overreacted to winning a race and was like,
"Oh, this is that guy."
Yeah, he was like, "Now you know who I am." He was basically the modern version of whatever you think I am, you are, whatever the fuck.
Dude, go back to playing video games, dude.
Oh, while he took 12 grand from his teammates by doing that, and we talked.
You're not his teammate, dude. This whole video shows that you're not, and you never were his teammate. You're a fucking ass clown. And you're doing HYROX because you can't because you suck at the marathon and because you suck at CrossFit. And so that's why you're doing HYROX. Like, we all know that. And it's okay. But that's what you're doing. It's like making up a weight class for a fucking boxer who doesn't fit into either weight class. HYROX is made up for people who can't do the marathon, who can't run long distances, and who can't do CrossFit.
And told him, dude, I'm sure there's a reason you did it, but it was fucking stupid.
Oh, that's a real good friend. I'm sure there's a reason, but it's stupid. I hope he backhanded you when you said that.
It's fucking stupid. So, congrats to Team Australia. I'll give you that one. You guys, y'all have it. Hopefully, get a chance to race again next year with less theatrics all around. Maybe.
Maybe no one will ever want to be on a team with you ever again, dude, because you're a whiny little baby and you run to Instagram like a 12-year-old girl. Maybe you'll dye your hair blue for the next race.
But for that said, for HYROX's legitimacy, that was what they needed to do, and support the decision.
Hunter makes HYROX legitimate. You understand that, Mr. Raccoon? HYROX, Hunter is what made and makes HYROX legitimate. Whether you like or didn't like what he did, it's sports.
There's three things happening with this video, I think. One is he's trying from a position of inferiority, trying to claw Hunter down, like trying to pull him down from being up high in the sport, like trying to tarnish his name, make him look bad, and then on top of that, he's trying to make himself look good because he's coming out and saying it was wrong and he shouldn't have done it. And I'm here to congratulate Australia.
Mitchell Hooper.
Yeah. And then he's trying to self-promote as well. Like he's trying to get himself some content out quickly. Like, this is so shit and pointless, this video. So it's basically just like, I need to put something out so that people see me and hear my voice and they see my little fucking Amazfit watch and my stupid feminine t-shirt and whatever the fuck else.
Do you think he thought twice before doing this?
Oh, I'd say he all day was like, I gotta do it.
Like he couldn't wait to get home and do it. Get back to his hotel room and do it.
He's probably reading a script.
He's Hooper nighting. Yeah.
Oh, you want to buy some viewers? Boostgram.online.
HYROX is done. Yeah, I know it's done. It's just a Tough Mudder Spartan race. It just has its life cycle.
All right. Well.
Jan Clark, wild to throw Hunter under the bus like this. That's your teammate, and you back them in public. Yep.
Did he reply?
Hey, dude, if you want to yell at fucking Hunter one-on-one and tell him he's a fucking asshole, fucking do it to his fucking face. Come on, fucking Instagram. Mr. McIntyre, hi.
It's Dirty Harry here.
What's up, buddy?
You gonna interview Jeremy? Who's that dude?
Who's Jeremy?
Looks like he lives in a cave in the Middle East.
You're close.
Dude.
You're close.
Oh, who's Jeremy? Is that the raccoon dude?
Jeremy's a baller, dude. Jeremy's one of the crew. This is the power bottom. This is one of
I
the
would
fittest
fucking
beasts.
rail that ass. Who is that? What's her
That's the
name?
power bottom, dude.
What's her name?
That's Jake, dude. That's
Tell him
Jake.
not to look up, and I'll call him Jane.
Jake's one of the fittest dudes in the UK, dude. He's a super villain. He's competing tonight for pro doubles.
Hey, congratulations on the placement in the individuals. Good job, dude.
Dude was a solid fucking race. Super fun. Super
Hey,
fun.
can you tell me what happened with this guy? We were looking at the video in slow mo. It looks like he gives you an elbow as he passes you. You see it looks like he has his white arm sleeve up, and he bumped you as he passed you. Oh, I like the two sunglasses at once. That fucking make me horny. It looks like he bumps you like this, and then and then he looks a little out of control. His cadence looks out of control, and then you gave him a little little man shove.
I mean, I'm not going to get into a ton of details, but I'll just tell you, like,
Please do.
15
Oh,
years
dude,
of running
it's no problem.
professionally.
It's no problem. We can go right into the weeds, Hunter.
I just believe heavily after 15 years of racing, there's a lot of etiquette for the way that you are meant to be running, and especially in kind of these much faster, more high intensity races, you just don't do certain things. There's etiquette out there amongst pros, and it may not be exactly what's in the rule book, but there's just etiquette amongst pros, and some people crossed some lines in my racing history, and I just handled things the way I handled things. I had to.
Did you and
So
that guy have a past?
nothing like specifically bad. We had bets on the line to see who would win that thing, like because we didn't really care so much about the prize purse. We were betting against each other, so there was like more dignity and ego on the line than anything. So I in my mind, I represented my country and my team to the best of my ability, and I fucking murdered both of my sections. I was a good representative for the sport in America, and I'm just gonna stand by that. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Was that the first time he had tried to pass you in that race? That particular
No,
race?
no. I was trying to pass him. Yeah, but it was the first round. It was the first round. So it was really we were going out like max pace, 1,000 miles an hour kind of shit, trying to get to the skier because you only do one run, like you do the whole run and then you do a station and then you go tag out. So it's all good, dude. I mean, like if you go back and really watch the footage, there's a lot of that going on amongst a bunch of other people. I just being who I am, I get targeted. So listen, man. We live in a castle on top of a mountain. People are gonna be up there throwing stones at you from time to time. So I'm cool with it.
Did someone tattle, or did the judges did they see this, and then how did this get brought to the attention of the judges?
Man, listen, I don't know the details and I don't really care anymore. But I just wanted to log in and say I love you, man. I know I miss your calls all the time. I'm going out to dinner, but I hope you guys have a great show. Appreciate you always got my back and everything like that. I'm gonna keep on hustling for myself and my team, and probably you'll see me again. I'll catch
Okay,
up with you soon.
and you'll be on the show next week.
Yeah, I'll come on the show, dude. We'll catch up.
All right. Hey, jawline looks savage.
All right, Taliban. I'll see you later.
Love you, buddy.
See ya.
we both look like we're part of the Taliban. HYROX is propped up by big sponsor money and heavy marketing. I wouldn't be surprised if Blackstone is investing in HYROX.
Ha 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 ha. You didn't read out the end of the comment.
No. I want to get back to what did you think about his coming on and just saying that? I was good to see. What my takeaway is that he's in good spirits and he's surrounded by friends.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think what he said was really good, and the way he said it was really good. And I just really, really wanted to ask him about that fucking raccoon twat.
Yeah,
I was just when he was going on about teammates and representing America and representing myself well, I was just biting my tongue, being like, "How do you think Raccoon represented himself in America in your team?" It's just like so hard not to put in.
HYROX actually makes money, because it is a 100% like wildly participatory marathon fad running thing, and the prize money is extremely low, and the setup is extremely cheap. Yeah, if you get 2,000 people to show up and charge them $100 each, and you're
it's more than $100, buddy. Have you ever seen the start? Yeah, have you ever seen the start of a HYROX race? Like not the elite ones, but like
I haven't watched really any HYROX except for like just clips with Hunter.
I was at one in Dublin like 2 years ago, and so there's people doing, there's 9 laps or whatever at different times, and then there's just rolling starts of all the races. So there's people corralled waiting to start their race, and there's a countdown of like 60 seconds, and then it's on 0, they go, and they run out into the track for their first loop. And then at the same time, there'd be like fucking a teenager, a granddad, whoever else, some guy in a fucking wheelchair, like on their 9th loop, like dead, just barely moving. And then you have this herd of fucking stampeding buffalo just taking off like way beyond the pace they should be running at because they're got so much adrenaline and shit.
Yeah.
And they run into the exact same. So like they're coming around the bend, and then these just go straight out into the middle of them. And then if you want to get from the outside to the inside, the people are just like, yeah, just cross whenever. Just make sure you look left. So like you're just walking across. It's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well, eventually someone will drown at one of their events. Scotty Mac refollowed Hunter because of this.
That's the thing. Do you tell me, like, what percentage of people who are aware of HYROX would be talking about this relay race today if it wasn't for a Hunter pushing?
Zero.
You know what I mean?
Zero.
Nobody.
Zero. I wouldn't give 2 fucks. Herd Athletics, Sevon, get ready for this. They're lobbying for the Olympics in 2032. So the Olympics gets rid of wrestling and brings in HYROX. I mean, the Olympics is just a corrupt.
But is there not a thing that you can't be a brand or something? Is there not a rule about?
Hey, dude, the Olympics are completely buyable. So it's like whatever. Like if you pay the right amount of money, you get in. If you, it's just politics.
Sounds like Ireland.
No, you don't. I don't have a blind allegiance to a team. Yeah, we know that. I don't care if you're my teammate. If I don't agree with you with what you did, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, publicly, I'll call you and say it. I'll call and say it was dumb, and I'll say publicly it was dumb. I don't know why, dude. It's not that no one even asked you. You just ran to your Instagram like a little girl to express your feelings.
If he was on a podcast or something and someone asked him about it, I'd be like, all right, I don't agree with his take, but fair enough. But the fact that he just took to Instagram to do it.
Jake Chapman, if you do anything wrong ever, I'm going to come online and tell everyone you're a prick. No mistakes ever. I'll even call you and snidely nickname to make sure people know I secretly hate you. You don't have hair, so I can't call you the golden child. I'll come up with something much better. Remember now, no mistakes or you immediately become my enemy. I mean, this guy, yeah, it's a global race. People from different countries should respect each other. Never, ever use violence. Shut the fuck up. What do you mean never, ever use violence? Oh, you're really doubling down. Yikes. This is weak.
In an interview.
Victim shit. Agreed. Worth a video.
You are entitled to that opinion. Okay.
Hey, dude, it's not even opinion. You're just showing your character. Raccoon boy. You're just showing your character. You're the last person anyone would want to go to war with. You're not someone that anyone would want to marry. It's the opposite of what integrity is. And the fact that you take this so as serious as you do at your age shows that you have just nothing going on in your life.
Go down to Aust's Sport Legitimacy. Go down there. Did they just? I wonder, is that why it took so long? Did they just make up the rule? Like, did they add in a consequence for the rule? Was the rule there that you can't touch anyone or impede someone on the run? But then the rule they made up, the result was that they're disqualified.
It's a great question. We'll get there in 1 second. Sean Lenderman, he was cut off multiple times by the same team. Stand up for your teammate. Yeah, this is the most beta shit I've heard all day. I'm in a group of chat with a dude that wears a wig and makes memes. Great work. You shouldn't have to speak on it. Waiting on Hunter. Great work. I don't know what that means. August Kennedy, Sport Legitimacy isn't making up a consequence post-race for something that HYROX didn't think about enough to have in official rules. Hunter should have just lost his winnings from the race. Decisions shouldn't be changed. There are a few incidents in sporting history that change results after they are completed. I'm a huge fan of yours, but this is the opposite of making HYROX legitimate. I don't have a problem with the call. I don't have a problem with HYROX making that call.
I would have a problem with it if they just said that you can't impede someone in the running, but never said what the consequence of breaking that rule is. And then the consequence was your whole team of 4 is disqualified. I'd be a bit like, that's a bit fucking weird.
Well, the thing is that they're on a team together, except this dude was never on the team and didn't tell anyone. And he's justifying it by like, I'll express my feelings whenever I want. He's like one of those people like, this is my truth. It's like, hey, dude, yeah, cool. Okay, cool. That's fine. And you, like you said, you have the right to do that, but you're showing what kind of team player you are.
How long before he does another video talking about the backlash he got for this video?
Tomorrow. And unless he's, I mean, he's probably, who knows? He's probably not used to this much attention. And HYROX, unsportsmanlike conduct such as interfering with other competitors or exhibiting poor sportsmanship can lead to penalties or disqualifications. This includes actions like obstructing other participants, attempting deceptive or engaging in excessive disputes. Miss the mark here. Team sport means good and bad. Wild to just throw your teammate under the bus. Keep conversations like this internal. Yeah, 100%. 1000%. Steve Kerr doing a presser about something Jordan said. Just take the punch and move.
I'm trying to think of a parallel in CrossFit. Like if you were at the Invitational, like whenever that was on, 2000 and whatever, 16, 17, and you had Team USA. I'm trying to think of a similar thing that could happen. I guess someone could push someone on a run or pull someone back on a run. I can't imagine like Froning sitting down afterwards on Instagram and being like, well, you know, when you have a teammate like fucking Ben Smith that's just going to let you down and it affects the rest of us, it doesn't affect him. I mean, he's the golden boy of CrossFit and look what he's done. I just can't see it happening.
Everyone watched it. We understand what he did. It was dumb, but calling your teammate and fellow countrymen a hothead and a golden boy is wild. Also saying he took $12K from his teammates. You signed up for a team sport. Take the good with the bad. No need to publicly address this. We all saw it. We saw HYROX statement. Say what you need to him and let it go. No one's justifying what Hunter did. Just didn't need to be talked about publicly as a teammate. Yeah, I mean, you're just being a douche.
Profiting.
This person says, I don't think an invitational race is a team sport. It's 4 individuals thrown together, working by themselves. No one would blame him if he would have messed up on the ski, but losing 12K because one person can't keep their cool is frustrating. No, you still didn't say anything. Who cares if it's frustrating? You're just showing your true colors. You're the one. This is the same guy that when he gets up in a fight with his wife, he runs to his mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like he's talking from his heart. Now you have fucking retarded women defending you. I feel like he's talking from his heart, and his heart is not happy. And I feel he's coming on here to chat with his friends.
Oh,
wow.
I bet that girl has put up a picture on her story inside a hospital ER with no comment on it and a 1 tear face. So people will DM her saying, "What's wrong, hon?"
Yeah.
That is a fucking insane comment. His heart is not happy and he's coming on to talk to his friends.
Look at Joel Cooper. He nailed it actually and gained a lot of respect in the process. The concept of bro code in sports needs to go. Individuals need to be called and held accountable. Buddy, it's the exact opposite of this dude taking accountability. He's on the team. Soft, no one's talking about how he cut off their entire field multiple times before Hunter made a move, then proceeded to apologize and make a post about it. You all are a team, probably should start acting like it and talking about it amongst yourselves rather than trying to stir the pot even more and create drama. Oh, so this guy, thank you, Tracy.
I'm looking for that.
Marriage material. No one's talking. So this guy cut off their team multiple times. Interesting.
Hang on, I'm going to look for the guy. She said he made a post.
I feel gutted for you guys, but this post here is why we love you, bud. You are truly a great representative of the sport, proof that people can entertain and have class. No, listen, it is not class. It's the opposite of class. It's the opposite of manly. What he should be doing is supporting Hunter. He should be, when one of your teammates is struggling, if he really thinks that Hunter fucked up, then he should be supporting Hunter. You support people who are in hardship. You don't fucking beat them down. This guy's only statement is that he had. Do they split the $12,000 among the four of them?
They must, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy's upset over $3,000. Like, dude, get a fucking job, dude.
Hang on, I'll send you this.
I'm confused. Didn't he push Hunter first? I mean, someone in the comments says that the guy cut Hunter off and other teammates off several times, and from what we could see, the elbow was lifted high. 16K between the four of them. That's the first time I'm hearing that number. Each get 4K. Yeah, get a job, dude. If your only thing is the money, get a job.
Did you see the...
How hard is it to make $4,000? When I was homeless, I did drawings and made fucking $4,000 selling my drawings on the corner. There's panhandlers in my town that make $100,000 a year. You could do that, Mr. Raccoony.
God, I'm in the wrong line of work. I need to start drawing.
You could share your feelings. Yeah, that's the guy who stands by the freeway exit. $100,000 a year. Come on, guys! It means Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, dude, I don't care if you want to yell at Hunter all you want. Like, he's your teammate. That he's there to take that.
I sent you a post from the guy that pushed him. Or that he pushed.
Okay. Oh, listen to this, Fly Girl. My son has an amazing sense of character. Although Hunter was considered the golden boy, he just instinctively picked you to root for all season. Once he got an IG account, I did not add Hunter on purpose because I didn't find his type of masculinity compatible to what my son needs. Oh. Your son's going to be getting beat up. Miss Fly Girl, your son's going to be getting beat up at the bathroom at school and getting his lunch money taken.
In the girls' bathroom.
This dude literally talks shit about everyone. Dylan, no shit, does he? Wow. Okay, so this guy, I mean, obviously, this isn't the first time. That's this guy's MO, to be just a whiny little tattletale.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you on the YouTube comment section during World Championships, and you were getting into it with a guy, Roger, about rowing. I was the dude making the McDonald's jokes. Replying to her saying Dylan has class. He doesn't. I've been around Dylan in person for a brief time, was on a team with Dylan. Dylan does have class. There's a difference between talking smack for the sake of fun and classless insults. I've never experienced Dylan doing the latter. But this was the guy who crossed the finish line. Yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, here we go again. Frank Kalinsky. For anyone claiming Dylan is throwing Hunter under the bus, I challenge you to think about how you would feel. Dude, just because you feel something doesn't mean you throw someone under the bus. That's where the man part, that's where the integrity comes in. That's where the self-control comes in. Hunter has a separate apology to issue with the news, but do you think he could get away with his post this morning and still keep a gold medal and then cost his team prize money? Wah, which I should mention is no small prize purse. It's tiny, dude. $4,000. You can't even rent a fucking one-bedroom apartment in my town for $4,000. Daniel Garrity, the only reason many people care about the race yesterday in the sport is because of Hunter McIntyre. This is a terrible look. Everyone knows who really won the race. You're missing a huge opportunity to double down with Hunter and continue to grow the sport. Bingo. Bingo. Hey, dude, this is all about you, Mr. Raccoon Boy. You've made this all about you. You've made this all about you. 100% could have come here and made a post about who really won the race, built up some hype. Instead, we get poor me in the manly shirt. Genuinely confused watching this. The golden boy, Hunter McIntyre, you're blaming is also the reason Team USA was even in position to win. Thank you. Are you really saying you could have done it without him? It's a team sport. Emotions run high. Accidents happen. Yeah, dude, it's sport shit. It's man shit. You're not ready for the big league, young man. But airing it out like this publicly just feels off. If the goal is to make HYROX a legit professional sport, turning on your own teammate doesn't exactly set the standard. The whole video just feels off. Yeah, it's because you're not used to seeing someone who's who's emotionally unhinged, untethered. It's sad to see a man doing this, or a woman for that sake. You knew who Hunter was when you agreed the Outside the Box show. You knew who Hunter was when you agreed to be on his team. He was the golden boy before you accepted the team invite. You had a chance to really elevate yourself and the whole team here by backing Hunter, telling the world who the real winner of the relay was. But instead, you chose the victim route, which is a shame, as I don't think we would have seen Hunter McIntyre play it out this way. He took responsibility for his own actions already. Bro, you don't throw your teammates under the bus. You keep that in the house. It's racing. People were cutting people off the whole time to try and stop passing. It's racing. I'm glad you're handling this like a champ. Wow. We got a whole man. You've lost out on money. He's lost out on in integrity. And he's in his brain, he's pushing back, Pedro, like thinking to himself, no, I do have integrity because I spoke up. No, dude. Yeah. You ran to fucking social media and Instagram like a 12-year-old girl. Hey. Who's this? Dylan, what's up, buddy? You feel bad for your post attacking your teammate?
What do you mean?
Do you feel bad attacking your teammate, Hunter McIntyre?
Hold on. I lost you for a second. Say that again, please.
Do you feel bad attacking your teammate, Hunter McIntyre?
Oh, I think it's crazy to call that an attack, man.
Hey, dude, aren't you guys on the same team? Shouldn't you have stood by his side? Instead, you ran to Instagram?
No. You do not stand by somebody's side just because they're on your team. If you disagree with someone's actions, you can publicly voice that. And
not if they're on your team.
No, you absolutely do, because listen, if you're close, I'm not even close with him. But I've been in relationships with people before, and I don't mean like in romantic relationships. I mean relationships friend-wise, where if I've stepped out of line, I got checked. And you should get checked. When you go do that on a world stage and you cost people, and I hear whatever, you're like, $4,000's nothing, buddy. $4,000 is rent and childcare. And I'm not paid here by sponsors. Nobody flew me here. Nobody covered my hotel. And so when I see $4,000 come out of my pocket, that does matter. And it's crazy to be like, and I'm going to let you talk here in just a second. And it's crazy to be like, when I step out and I say, listen, man, you shouldn't have done that. We should have got DQ'd. I support the decision, because in any other sport, like track and field or something, we'd be DQ'd so fast. And then we move on. But yeah, getting publicly checked, I believe that is totally fine.
I appreciate you calling in.
For sure.
Why wouldn't you just speak to him as your teammate? Like if you got in a fight with your wife or your girlfriend, would you run to your mom and talk to your mom about it, or would you run to Instagram and talk on Instagram about it?
So I did talk to Hunter, but I also wanted to put it out there, because it's not just okay. So if it's me and my wife or something like that, that is an internal dispute between us. Something between me and my wife wouldn't be happening publicly on a stage like that. You call that out so that you don't see it continue to happen in the sport, because it shouldn't belong there. Now, and I'm about to race with the guy who was the one who instigated him by cutting back and forth. Jeremy shouldn't have been doing that, man. He shouldn't have.
So don't you think don't you think as your teammate you should have stood up for him and said that part also, painted the full picture? Wouldn't it have been better to show that, like, hey, you're a good teammate, and that hey, this was a tense situation. There was a lot of pushing and shoving. I'm sorry it came down on Hunter. I wish Hunter maybe would have shown some restraint, and I'm going to speak to him about it. But you're disparaging to him, and you're coming out there, and I know maybe you had some strong feelings about it, but it seems like you're playing the victim, like you're making it all about you.
Okay, so listen, I'm not a victim here, because a victim is somebody who gets like really, really hurt in something. This is such a first world problem to have. I'm losing out on a medal in a sport, and I'm losing out on some money. Okay, we're going to be fine. So from a victim standpoint, I'm not a victim. I had an opportunity to compete on a world stage, and things did get taken away by poor actions. All right. But in terms of like, we're going to be fine. things are going to move forward. I'm going to race again tonight. I'm hopefully going to race again in the future. You know, I think it's just, it is a selfish action on his part to not be able to hold back just a little bit, but not do something like that.
You've kind of flip flopped there. Sorry, it's Peter. You've kind of flip flopped there between $4,000 is a lot of money, and that's childcare, that's rent, and I wasn't flown out here by sponsors, and then it's, well, it doesn't matter. It's a first world problem, and I'm not a victim. Like, that's a big flip flop in 15 seconds.
No, I'm not a victim, because I think victim's too strong of a word to put there. You're the guys who threw the victim out there. I'm not saying it's not a problem. It is a problem. It's a problem. If somebody, like, if you had a $4,000 computer and somebody just took it and threw it in the ocean and looked at you and went, huh, and walked away, okay, that kind of fucking sucks, and you'd be a little upset about it. So
yeah, but I think I just talked to that
$4,000
person about it. I don't think I'd go to Instagram. Like I was kind of saying earlier on, if you were on a show, if you were on this podcast, we called you and we asked you what you thought about it, and you said that, like, if it was drawn out of you that that's how you felt, I think I still probably wouldn't agree with it, but I'd have more respect for it than going of your own volition, having spoken to him in private, and then taking to Instagram to get it out there too.
No, I think that going out there and saying what a lot of people are thinking, but nobody is saying, is totally fine to do.
Let me ask you this, Dylan. If you were Hunter, how would you have wanted your teammates to treat you? Would you have wanted them to do what you did? Because I was trying to tap into why this is making me so passionate to speak up on it, and it's because I wouldn't want someone to do that to me, what you did to Hunter. I would rather, I could take a lashing, but publicly to do that as someone I thought was my teammate, that I wouldn't want that at all.
Okay, first off, let's get it real straight. There's never been any, like, buddy, pal, me and Hunter like each other. We were placed on Team USA together, and we had to compete together. All right. So I don't want there to be some idea that he and I had any kind of, like, close, tight relationship, liked each other, anything like that. We're fine. We're cordial, but nothing to that effect. So, I mean, we can go ahead and have that out there. This wasn't me turning around to somebody who I've been friends with, and then, no, there are plenty of things that he's done on a public stage that I haven't been a fan of. He's a showman, and I get that, but there are just certain things that I don't agree with. I don't like the way that he treats people sometimes, and I'm perfectly fine with putting that on blast. And I don't have to handle that with you, like, one-on-one, and not also hold it back in public. We don't have that kind of relationship.
Okay, interesting. So what I'm sensing here is that I'm making a leap here, and I apologize. Feel free to unfuck me. What you're saying is that you view him more as a competitor and someone that has to be beaten, as opposed to someone who is a teammate. You just happen to be on the same team. You see him as a threat to what you want more than you see him as a teammate.
I think in the grand scheme, yes. I think threat is a harsh word.
Okay.
I try to view people. I try to, like, let's put it this way. I try to view people as competitors, not enemies. Okay. So, like, I mean, that relay was rough, and I don't even mean in the sense of what was going on physically, just out on the course with some things. Like, there's a lot of words exchanged, a lot of words you don't say, like, on TV exchanged. It was not nice, but by the end, it was fine. And I believe that by the end of all this, things can be fine. But let's flip it around, and I did something like that. And again, I'm not seeing this person as my teammate. We were put on the team. And they go, dude, I hate what Dylan did. He shouldn't have done that. He cost me opportunity. He took something away from me. I'd have to own that. And I would have to say, you're entitled to say that, because that's what I did. And I get it. And if it's out there for people to see, and if you want to put it out there that that's how you feel, that's fine. I can understand that. This would not be the first time in a short period that, I've had people either close to me really upset with me about things before.
Was it along these same lines? Was it because you were outspoken publicly?
No. In different contexts.
Okay. The chat is speaking, and James Watson says Raccoon Boy 1, Sevon and Pedro 0.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also not here to, like, argue or anything. Somebody just sent me this, and, like, I heard you talking, and you were like, hey, this guy's acting, like, mentally unhinged. And I'm like, I think that this is a bit far. I think that like we don't know each other. You don't know me, and I think that can also be a huge problem on the internet. You don't know me, and I don't know you, and you don't know the place I'm coming from with any of my intentions. And ultimately, like I was thinking about if they had tried to instate an extremely harsh penalty, like and did something like really harsh to Hunter, some kind of ban for any sort of races going forward, which I saw people say something about that, I would have backed him. I'd have been like, this is crazy. So there's a certain line to which I go, I will defend this guy, and it's just depending on where the line is set. I don't have anything personally really against him. I'm going to move past this. I'm a little upset about $4,000. Like I said, that's rent, that's daycare. Kind of sucks. We're going to be okay. But for people to be like, you're not allowed to talk like this out publicly, that's bullshit.
Well, I don't think anyone is suggesting that you can't do it. I just think a lot of us saw you guys as teammates and it breaking some sort of code.
Okay. Well,
but to tell you
completely.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Say your piece.
But now it makes sense. It makes a little more sense. I think it sounds like, and I'm reading into it, that you have a little bit of an axe to grind with him, and you saw this as an opportunity to take a jab at him.
I don't even know if it's that. I mean, if the axe was there, the axe was just handed to me by what happened last night. There's not. I mean, he's a competitor. I compete against him. I mean, and some people would say you don't compete against him. He just whoops your ass. But a lot of times that is what's happening out there because he's a crazy talented athlete, and his athletic abilities are insane. And that's the reason that he was on Team US. And I wish sometimes that he just had a little more composure. But that's the thing that people like about Hunter. They like that he's wild. They like that he's crazy. And when you're just watching it from the outside, it's entertaining and you're not getting hurt by it. And there's no repercussions on your end. But then when it happens on your end or you're dealing with those things on a closer level, you get a little pissed off by it because you're like, man, this sucks.
How long have you been doing? How long have you been doing HYROX?
4 years. First race was in 2021.
And how old are you?
29.
And what sport did you come from?
Cross country, track and field.
Get James in the comments says, I'm easily swayed. I like this guy. Fuck.
Yeah, you're coming off a lot better here than you did on your Instagram.
I wish I wouldn't have answered the phone. You're ruining the fucking show.
Nah, I'm just playing, guys. Yeah, I'm. Go ahead.
Let me go back to that question one more time. Would you have been okay with someone if you were in Hunter's shoes? Would you have been like, hey, would you have not liked what you've done? Like, are you okay with someone doing that to you? If they were, if
that is okay, we've got to play the hypothetical here, and I've got to and that's a hard thing to do. It's very hard to put yourself in that situation emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the easy answer is for me to be like, yes, I'd be totally fine with it. I think that there'd be an initial part of me that would be very upset. But I think that if I truly thought, okay, I was in the wrong for what I did, and somebody felt a certain type of way, and I did cause harm to them, yeah, I'd be like, you're allowed to do that, man. You say that, and it hurts. But if you're right, you're right. And in this case, I wouldn't have said it if I didn't think I was right. And if we flip it around, I'm going to have to sit with it. I would like to say that eventually I would come to the point where I go, yeah, I screwed a lot of people over by those actions. Shouldn't have done that. You can call me on it, and I understand. And then just move on.
Someone in the chat is saying Dylan races with the guy Hunter pushed. Are you friends with that guy?
To a degree, yeah. So me and Jeremy are racing tonight. I got to go start warming up here in a little bit because we race. I got to go meet them at 7. But
was that guy in Hunter's hotel room? The guy that
No, he's racing.
I don't believe so. No.
Okay.
No, but yeah. I mean, I know Jeremy from racing with him. The first time we ever really met in person was when we qualified for this. So we've talked back and forth. And so like I had insights into what was going on with him and Hunter. Him and Hunter are fine. You know, I wish it wouldn't have even had to get escalated up. I wish they could have been like, hey guys, y'all handle this yourselves. But I understand that when the sport gets bigger like this and the optics of it come out there, they just can't have somebody that goes around and can body check people in the course. Yeah, I wish it could have just been handled completely internally because Jeremy didn't file a protest. They didn't want that to happen. But the optics of it were like, guys, we got to look into this. And under investigation of it, it's like, hey, this is pretty glaring.
So Jeremy
yeah.
didn't. So the court. Can you tell us? I got some questions about the incident. So no one reported Hunter. It was the judges actually saw it, and it was the officials who brought it to this, escalated it.
Get him. Go get him. Thanks, guys. So from what I understand, yes. So I was standing there as Jeremy finished off the ski erg, and he comes in and he's a little heated about it, and we're talking, and he's like, no, I'm not going to go file a protest or anything like that. And within an hour or so after the race had finished, I'm talking with one of the higher ups at HYROX, and they're looking into the whole thing that went on with the England, I think Belgian team. And they're like, yeah, the thing's under investigation, but nothing with the U.S. So at that point, we're already an hour past, and nothing has been brought up. So when I talked to Jeremy again, he said, yeah, like things started circulating online. They pulled me in and told me to give my piece on it. And then they pulled the U.S. team in with Lauren and Hunter, and they reviewed it and went into it. So from everything I understand, from what he's told me, is that no, he did not go and ask them to go do that. It was the optics of it got pushed so much on the internet that it had to be looked into.
Have you and Hunter discussed the situation?
We talked a little bit this morning. We haven't talked since the DQ came out. He called before they said anything, and from his perspective, he had the same information that I did. That it was more from a HYROX side of things, that they were kind of forced to look into it, called in both parties that were involved, aside from both parties coming and filing a formal claim. So that was everything that I was told. And, when we talked on the phone, I said very similar to what I said online. That
Did
I'm sure there was some
reaction
reason
to what you said frustrate you? Like, did his response to the whole thing give you the impetus to make a post about it?
No.
Like when you spoke to him, were you like, man, this motherfucker's not taking responsibility, I'm making the post?
There was no like formal apology. I mean, there was like, he's like, I kind of feel bad for you guys. But I mean, with everything, even last night, he didn't want to take responsibility for it. He was like, when we told him, we were like, dude, we're getting called in and I was like, for body checking Jeremy. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So like his first thing was to double down and to say that he did nothing wrong. And that was the first thing that was like, all right, I see that you're not going to really take much responsibility for it, seemingly. And it looks like the post that he put up this morning, they quashed it. It's very much just a sense of, I wish you wouldn't have fucking done that. That was really dumb. You cost people the money's opportunity, stuff like that. We're going to move past it because, again, this is a sport. We're getting to do this for fun. There's a little bit on the line at this point. Don't really like it. But hey, like, what are we going to do?
Hey, when you look, did you look closely at the footage?
Yeah, I watched it many times.
Does it look like when Jeremy passes him, he lifts up his elbow and bumps Hunter?
It's so hard to tell.
It is hard to tell. But it does look like his arm swing. It looks like if he's wearing an armband, it looks like his arm goes up as he passes Hunter.
He does run really high elbowy. Like if you watch Jeremy tonight running, he runs big arms wide. So it's not like it would have to be pretty really egregious for him for it to see, because he does run with this big lopey style. And I'm not defending like that either. I'm just saying it could look like that if he's just moving in and out, which he was swerving all over the place. I was like, we need to get this guy a breathalyzer, honestly.
Yeah,
he was moving back.
He looked out of control when he passed Hunter, like he was like running at max speed, like he's having trouble catching himself.
Yeah. So he's running all out. He's also running like, I know he's running injured right now. He's got a femoral stress fracture. He's running just crazy. The dude's nuts. So I know he races batty, and I've seen that when racing doubles with him. Again, wish it wouldn't have happened.
All right. Hey, Dylan.
Yes, sir.
Really appreciate you calling.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for taking time to listen. Hopefully things are understood a little bit more now, and whatever the outcome is, however people feel about it, again, they're allowed to feel that way. So
I look forward to seeing the reel about this later on.
Are you gonna make any more statements?
That was a joke.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna get on there. I got some terrible things to say about you now.
All right. Hey, thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. All right,
right.
I'm
Good
going to
luck
get
with
some
your
food. Talk to you
dummies.
guys later.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Dylan Scott. Well, shit.
His balls are bigger than I thought they were.
Yeah. Dude, fuck. I can't even push back on what was the guy's name? Sherlock Holmes.
I still
Sherlock Holmes
read,
says Sherlock Holmes said it was a 1-0, a raccoon versus Page. We were tag teaming him. HYROX should investigate the wall ball depth like they do the race jaws.
I still really don't like that he went online. I think especially the fact that even there when he's talking about it, he's like, you can't do that. You can't. It's like, yeah, you're talking to one person, but you put it online. Like, that's just what I don't like. And it's the fact, like, people in the comments were saying, oh, but you talk about stuff online. It's like, yeah, but we're not on the fucking team with the person. And we didn't you know what I mean? It's a totally different scenario that you're talking about.
Tranny. Sevi, from a guy that picks up every penny, you can't say 4,000 isn't a lot of money. Hey, that's why I can say it, because I do pick up every penny. I'm just a simple, humble monk, open to the world showering me and making me wealthy 1 penny at a time. Get James, standing ovation for Dylan Scott. Crossfat, I went back and forth with this guy. Jan Clark, victim.
I definitely have a higher estimation of him now than I did.
Yeah, I definitely like the guy, but I fucking by no means think it's fucking okay to go public.
Yeah,
I mean, or like you said, like at least give it a fucking breather. I don't really want to hear about it from someone's feelings. Sevi, the guy doesn't like Hunter to begin with, so they're not friends. Was an excuse to air him out. Maybe. I mean, that's definitely. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm just going to say, maybe he wouldn't have done that if they were friends. Andrew Hiller, more balls than Brooke Wells. Excuse me. Go ahead. Sorry, Pedro.
I did think when you asked that question about, is he someone you want to beat more than someone that's on your team? Yeah. I straight away thought, like, he's thinking about his next fucking race where he's going to be up against Hunter, and it's a way to just make him more popular in the sport and make Hunter less popular, and it's a way to just gain an inch, you know, even if it's a mental fucking millimeter he gains.
Yeah, like a little bit of a little mental edge.
Yeah.
Or it might fire Hunter up.
Yeah, go backfire.
So it sounded like it's this guy's full-time job.
Yeah, it sounds like he fucking needs a different agent. If he's saying I'm out here, he finished third, and he's saying he's out there and no sponsors are paying for him to go there or paying for his hotel. Bijan's doing a fucking shit job, if that's the truth.
Dana White is at the military parade. Oh shit, Rolling Stone. Wow, the fucking libtards wrote an article on CrossFit. How is it? Just bashing CrossFit?
I sent screenshots of some bits that you might find interesting.
Oh shit, Mike Halpin talked to them? Holy shit. Mike Halpin, a very progressive man. Very progressive. No child left ungendered.
Brian Friend shared his texts with them, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's the guy that was with Greg in Paris or in France. What's that guy's name?
Say that again.
It's the guy that was in Paris with Greg, the New York Times guy that's writing the book. It's that guy.
Yeah, that guy's. Anyone who talks to him is a fucking moron.
Taylor Self is in the article.
Oh, then Taylor's a moron. Anyone who talks to the New York Times ever is a fucking idiot. Or Rolling Stone. You have to understand the crazy shit they say. They're the fucking BLM guys, man. They fucking hate black people. You have to know that. They fucking despise black people. They think black people are completely retarded. Like the governor of fucking New York said, Governor Hochul, black people don't even know what computers are. That's the New York Times. That's Rolling Stone.
Is Rolling Stone not just about like
no,
shit,
no, it's Washington Post. I mean, it is so bad, you guys. Why does it have to be black? I don't know.
What, like the person?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it has to. I don't know. I wish it didn't. I wish they would just treat. I just wish they would treat black people as equal. Let me see. Let me see. There was something I think Pedro sent. You found that. Looking for the NorCal chat. Oh, okay. Didn't you send something?
I'm not in the fucking NorCal chat. I was kicked out. It's in the CrossFit Games update.
Oh, really? You're not. Someone put Pedro back in the NorCal, for crying out loud. That sucks. Okay. Oh, they look like lovers.
So Hunter posted this, and the guy accepted the collab on it. So
Rubbing.
This is what he's talking about when he said Hunter's post this morning, brushing it under the rug or whatever he said.
I wonder if this picture is after the race. What if Hunter just took an old picture? That would be amazing.
He's wearing the same elbow sleeve things.
Oh, yeah. He might always do that. Rubbing is racing, and this looked worse on the live stream than it actually was. I've apologized to Jeremy for my conduct, and he's accepted my apology. That's the end of this matter. As far as we're concerned, we're all good. Thug love. We'll decide.
300,000 followers. What?
Oh, he goes to Ibiza. God, I hope there's beaver in this.
That guy does not look Irish.
That's what he is?
Yeah. He's too handsome to be Irish.
How do I go forward in this?
The little arrow.
This?
Yeah.
Are you sure this won't go to the next?
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, keep going. Plenty of sausage, no beaver. Oh, he's not that handsome, actually. He's had his teeth done.
Jeremy is at the number of tattoos that screams former meth addict, and that's I don't mean that in a negative way either, but it just that seems to be the there reaches a point where you get off the meth and you turn into a long distance runner. Oh, is this the dude we just talked to on the phone?
The raccoon.
Yeah, Mr. Scott. Is this him?
Yeah, on the left, yeah.
Okay, so these guys are bros.
He has way too many tattoos. Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's a.
And the guy on the right has too many too.
Oh man, that is crazy.
He must have done that desert run. See that middle picture with the sand and the flag in his hand?
Oh, I wonder if it's the one I filmed. Is it the Four Deserts? No. This guy fucks for sure.
1,100 competitors, and he finished 6th in a desert run. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
If you're gay.
All right. So Jeremy got a little shove. Also, I would say this too. The guy's bigger than Hunter, and Hunter's probably not used to racing guys who are bigger than him. So maybe it was Hunter's way of
He was like, he can take it, and then was like, oops.
Yeah. Okay, let me see this Rolling Stone article. Oh, so this is about the drowning again?
Yeah. It's a long article as well.
Jeez. Is Greg quoted in there?
Yeah, Greg, Dave, Brian Friend, Mike Halpin, all the bigwigs.
Wow, this is a quote from Mike Halpin. Everybody just wants to be like, well, he drowned. And we missed him in the 2 split seconds that it happened. No, he did drown, and they did miss him in the 2 split seconds that it happened. What do you mean just wants to say it? Is he saying that that's what is? What does that statement even say?
Everybody's trying to diminish it apart from
Mike,
him and Brian, and yeah.
He's diminishing it in that sentence. Everyone wants to be like, hey, listen, he did drown. No, it says known and knowables Halpin, who covered the accident extensively with his 360 cam and compiled a thorough timeline of the race. Oh, thank you.
That was
No,
pinned
the
on
whole
the top of his website and the top of his Instagram for fucking 8 months.
the timeline.
Yeah.
No, the whole thing wasn't officiated very well, and in that process, this happened. Yeah, I mean, I haven't read the whole article yet, but that's exactly what Rolling Stone is. They won't give any. They won't give any details. It'll just be hearsay and shit like that.
There's one fucking bit in there that people are going to latch onto, where they're
Mhm.
talking about the reaction afterwards. As Cara Saunders is quoted, they interviewed her, and she told them how Dave said, "Oh, we're just going to continue whatever," and she stood up and said, "That's it, someone's dead, and we're just going to continue." Cara says, or something like that. But there's a line afterwards where so they attribute the
You
quote,
mean like in every other sport? You mean like in every other sport?
but they attribute the quotes all the way down to specific people that said it. And
Yeah.
there's one bit where they don't attribute it to someone, and every fucker is going to latch onto it, where it's something along the lines of, "Yeah, big deal," one athlete said. And then someone else said, "People die all the time." And it's like, why have you not attributed those two quotes to people? And why are you putting them in there if you don't know who said it? It's only just to stir up a bit of fervor and to have people talking. So like they talk about Laura Horvath walking out, like, yay. They talk about, you know what I mean? And then they just have these two random quotes that they won't say who it's from, but every other quote is attributed to a specific person apart from those two.
Are they claiming that those are athletes?
Yeah, that it was two athletes that said it. One athlete said, "People die all the time," and the other one said, "Yeah, what's the big deal?" or something along those lines.
They should include Luke Parker's quote. He accepted Jesus Christ. I talked to him a couple months before, so he's in heaven.
Cool.
Sean Cassavant, he exclaimed earlier that he talked to Hunter about it first, and now he's outing himself that he barely talked to Hunter and makes it sound like he talked to him after the fact. Hey, the thing is, if you're gonna do a piece, we need to the only thing we need to know is what happened. So we clearly know that the safety team, listen carefully, everyone. We clearly know that the safety team didn't save him. That's it. So we know, we're 100% certain on that, right? Because they've since then they've pulled his body out of the lake and Lazar Jukic is dead. We clearly know that the safety. So now the only question left is, how did he drown? And nobody, not a single one of these fucking bitches will fucking go and talk about that because they're terrified. But we know how he drowned because 99% of all triathletes drown the exact same way. We have a strong, maybe we don't know, we have a strong hunch that he had a fucking heart attack. Because if you go to the wiki page and you see how triathletes drown, they all drown from having a heart attack and then they drown. No one just drowns. That doesn't that doesn't it's like saying he got shot, okay, and then I say these people, this is exactly the perfect metaphor. All of these fucking people like Brian Friend and half these fucking dorks over at the WFP and all of these agents and all of these woke pussies, they're the ones, if I were to say Pedro got shot, they'd be like, oh my God. And then they want to say that somehow I'm being mean because I say who shot him. How was he shot? Where was he shot?
Did he do something to get shot?
Did he shoot himself? Did someone else shoot him? That's all. No one just drowns. Yeah, did James Sprague push him under? And so what happened? Did he have heat stroke? Did he have a heart attack? Like what happened? And they don't want to talk about it. Because it wouldn't allow them to play the victim. I concluded he didn't have a heart attack. I thought heart attack throws off detectable markers, I believe. Oh, the me. Oh. Well, then how did he drown? I mean, we also know that he had a heart condition. We know he had an enlarged heart.
We know what happened though, don't we? Dave killed him.
Right, Dave killed him. Yeah.
Hey, predicted and proven. I searched Reddit straight away. I swear to fuck. First comment. Someone posts the article. First comment on the article. Many athletes were. This is a quote. Many athletes were visibly distraught, weeping, and barely able to keep it together. A few others seemed to shrug off the episode callously. It seemed that it seemed to some of those present. And then the quote. I don't see what the big deal is. One athlete complained. Yeah, another agreed. People die every day. The comment underneath that. I competed at the games last year on a team. I have a hard time believing any athlete said that. The comment underneath that. The author has it as a quotation, not a sentiment. That means it was said exactly as quoted to the best of the author's editorial integrity. And I replied, an unattributed quote, the only one in the article. Like,
Yeah.
I fucking knew people would latch onto that.
So you know what's fascinating about that? When I had a conversation with after Lazar died, there were all these people putting out all of these just word salads, like saying nothing, right? And we were going on the podcast and we were talking about how it's just fucking bullshit. And one of the athletes came up to me and was like, hey man, I just wrote what I thought people wanted to hear. And I told, and I brought that back to the group. I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe that person just said that to me. And they're like, hey, dude, that's how they all are. That's how all the athletes are. That's how everyone on social media is. They're just writing what they thought people wanted to be here. So my point being, if you didn't, this article is judging people if they didn't outwardly express something that was satisfying to the public. I mean, it's just the most fake bullshit. It is fucking nuts. Shark attack. I don't think there's ever been a shark sighting in that lake.
It was just Dave with a fin on his back and a snorkel.
Oh, water entered his lungs. Water did not exit his lungs. The heart issue that were detected by the me enlarged heart thickening heart walls would have increased the risk for arrhythmia, one that would lead him to passing out underwater. Especially, there's a whole science of, deep dive into shallow water drowning. Also, you can't forget what happened to Lazar at the Burj Khalifa. You cannot. That was some scary shit. I thought he was going to die there. That was some really, really scary shit. I don't know if you remember that. Lauren Cleo was streaming that live. That was some fucked up shit.
Was like transparent.
Yeah, he doesn't remember like the last 20 or 30 floors of climbing in an interview I did with him. All right.
Both times the clock said the me, I thought he was like talking aggressively about himself. Where he said like the me decided. I was like, all right, calm down, clock.
I don't even know what it is, but I really like it.
Medical examiner, I'm guessing.
Oh. Hey, so I just want to thank Dylan Scott and Hunter McIntyre for coming on. Shit like that makes the show. I'm trying to see if I have my
There's an amazing quote. There's an amazing quote in the article where Brian Friend. Oh, I'll just read the quote because it's funny.
Where's my Biomax Peptides commercial? Go ahead.
Brian Friend, an analyst and commentator who reports on CrossFit, sent a text to a colleague about the race. Quote, I was wrong, he wrote. Lazar died, lol. Talking about the fact that he faded towards the end of the race, not that he literally ceased to live.
How about what one athlete said to me? I said, hey, have you seen Lazar? And they said he probably drowned.
Foreshadowing. I look forward to the live stream of consciousness texting about that article. Can you read it on your laptop so you can text at the same time?
I doubt I'll read it. Rolling Stone's as bad as Reddit. All right, Pedro. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you, John Young, for inviting us to stream the Grid League. Thank you to Grid League for letting us stream that without giving us a copyright strike. See you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the boys will be on the show and we'll be going over the last chance qualifier, the placements of it. So that's going to be cool. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
I feel like that's what was missing last couple of years. Like I never got to be around you in the like warm up area and behind the scenes. So yeah,
Brother,
super nice to meet you. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
I like you guys. I don't like John Young. She get that?
Yep. If you want to see more, watch behind the scenes episodes 1 and 2. They are live now on the Sevon Podcast 2025. You'll see an in-depth, true report, not that Rolling Stone bullshit, on the Sevon Podcast.